name is Optimus Prime, and I came from the planet Cybertron in search of the cube.
So, time for another unboxing. It's been a little while since we did one of these, not that long, a couple of weeks now probably. The response to both of the previous ones was overwhelmingly positive, so I'm glad that you guys enjoyed those. Got the Aston Martin here. That's probably my personal favourite unboxing actually. I know a lot of you like the Espace unboxing for obvious reasons. This one though is a bit different. In fact, it's very different because this is the first model of my current collection that I actually didn't buy. I stole this one. Obviously it was sent to me by a fan. Some of you who are on the Discord server know him. He's one of the Patreon supporters as well, VIP level. Don't mind shouting that out as well. He's given lots of support to the channel, and that is of course Ryan, Mr. Maverick. I know some things about this model. I know that it's a Le Mans car. I believe it's a classic. He put a teaser photo on the Discord server, which if you're not a part of, you should be. Just click below to join it. And yeah, we're basically going to unbox it, see what it is. For obvious reasons, I don't really do much fan mail stuff because I don't have a post office box. I do plan to at some point, but I think I'll probably wait until the channel gets a little bit bigger for that kind of thing. Because for one thing, you have to pay for it, and it just doesn't feel like I need that at the moment. And of course, I'm not going to give out my personal address left, right and centre. So, of course, for obvious reasons, this is kind of a special occasion. So, let us see what Mr. Maverick has decided to send with the blade of glory that we usually have. Small, but deadly. And for those of you who hate the chipmunk voice,
enjoy. Because we're going to be using it again in this video. And one of the main reasons why I use the chipmunk voice is because it helps to save time. So, I don't know how much packaging you've done in here. Ah, very nicely packaged, my friend. So professional, so fresh, so clean. Oh, interesting. I should have guessed that with the seat. In fact, I believe when you put the teaser of, I think it was the seat that you put a picture of, I guessed that it was a car driven by a certain driver, and I think I said Sterling Moss. And I was right. Because even though I didn't think of the car, it is a Sterling Moss car, all right. And if I recall correctly, I believe Sterling Moss actually drove this car to victory in the Mille Miglia. Because it is, of course,
a Mercedes 300 SLR. Very cool, dude. Thanks for that. Great condition. I mean, I wouldn't expect any less. Yeah, that is very nice. I used to have a... Well, it was a model of this actually, but not a die-cast model. It was like a plastic-bodied one that was a complete do-it-yourself, kind of like an Airfix kit sort of thing, where you painted it yourself, applied the decals, and suffice it to say, I never did. So yeah, that's very cool. Very, very cool. I'm surprised that this car isn't a part of Gran Turismo by now, to be honest, because of course the 300 Gullwing is. I've said a number of times I believe that Polyphony will bring back the Gullwing because it was already a premium, already looked great. And this one is now featured, of course, in Forza. I believe it has been since Forza 4. Initially as a DLC car, it was like 9 million credits. But yeah, very cool, dude. Very cool. So we've got the functional door. Still kind of a... it's not a Gullwing, but close enough. Keeping the spirit alive. I'm assuming that the bonnet opens. It does indeed. Very nice. Great attention to detail. In fact, what make is this? Oh, Barago. Not surprised it's got good attention to detail then. There's the interior. Those were the seats that I recognised. Turns out I was correct on the driver then, Sterling Moss, but not on the rest. Oh, and the back does open. I like that. For those of you who don't know, I've mentioned a few times on the channel that one of my favourite design aspects of a car is buttresses. These are buttresses. There are so few cars that have them, but I think they look fantastic. Now this is kind of an afterthought of a buttress, if you will, because obviously the SL doesn't usually have these. It's purely for the racing aero advantages. But when you see a car that had it from day one, for instance, if you Google search also a Mercedes, the CLK GTR Roadster. And look at the back of that car. Such an awesome looking design. I love any car that has these integrated buttresses. Ferrari likes doing it as well. The 599 has a variation of buttress design. Usually it's on open top cars, but you can actually do it on coupes as well. You just don't see it that much. And one of my favourite design aspects of Zagato or Zagato vehicles is that they kind of incorporate buttresses into the actual roof of the car with the double bubble, kind of like the Peugeot RCZ's rear window, and I love that. I think it's such a cool looking design, aerodynamically efficient and stunning to look at. To me, it's the kind of thing that Maserati would do. So, as I said, the back does open. I didn't expect it to because of the buttresses, but they all come up together, which is very cool. You got the spare wheels in there as well, because of course, endurance racing, you need that kind of stuff. And yeah, if I recall correctly, I believe this did win the Mille Miglia, 1,000 mile event, I believe. That's of course what Mille Miglia means, because milli is 1,000 in Italian, or miglia, I guess, not milli. Yeah, very nice, dude. Thanks very much for that. That is going to certainly look good in the collection. I believe, speaking also of Ryan Maverick, that you bought yourself one of these as well. I think you said you bought a blue one, or you were thinking of buying one. So yeah, it even goes with modern stuff like a Morgan. Interesting size comparison as well. Not quite as wide as the Morgan, but a slightly longer vehicle. But yeah, I love real old school endurance cars like this, like from the 50s, and even further back, like vintage territory. Because I would say that this is borderline vintage. It's like really early classic. But yeah, very cool. Love the side exit pipes. I wouldn't be surprised if this made a debut in Gran Turismo at some point. It's just the kind of car that they would have. And I don't know about you guys, but I could definitely imagine this arriving in the game with a 20 million credit price tag, because it would be worth it. And just think of what a great rival it would make to stuff like the 250 GTO and the Alfa TZ2 and the Shelby Daytona. I think it would make a great rival to those, especially given how good the Gullwing already is. So overall, very cool. Thanks for that, Ryan. That is a very cool gift, for sure. It's got, I believe, yep, the working steering as well, as you can see. Yeah, nice interior, nice quality on it. I don't think I own that many Barago models. I think I might have a couple, but most of mine are, I think, either Hot Wheels, a couple of Ottos. I might have a couple of Baragos, but I don't think so. No, the Morgans are Maisto. I think I've got a couple of this, a couple of that. I might have a couple of Baragos, but I don't believe so. But yeah, very cool. Thanks very much for that, dude. That it's going to certainly look good in the collection. I don't actually have that many classics, so I might actually put this somewhere alongside my Daytona Cobra, because it would certainly look good alongside that. Great looking car. Very cool. So thanks for that. As I said, in the future we might do more stuff like fan mail, but for the moment I'm not doing that for obvious reasons. But thanks for stopping by for another unboxing. If you haven't checked out my others, you can click here on screen to see them, and there's some pretty good episodes of that as well. And for now, as always, thanks for watching.